June 2011, Trial 3 of the ManuVAR project took place at VTT Technical Research Centre of Finland in Tampere. At this important stage in the project, Dr. Boris Krasi, project coordinator, explains what he believes are the main results, benefits and applications of the ManuVAR platform and what this will mean for manual workers and managers on Europe's factory floors.
They will feel the feedback from the system. They will feel that the system is really based on their skills. It depends on their skills. They will see the direct effect of their skills and knowledge in the final product, and I think it will encourage them to work even better than they work now. Better quality, shorter time to market, better value of their products, better utilization of the labor force, and as a result, better competitiveness on the global scale based on the skills of the people. I believe that the platform is very flexible. It is modular, adaptable, reconfigurable. It has a great potential of being used in a variety of industries. Look at the clusters that we have in ManuVAR. We have companies dealing with the maintenance of nuclear reactors. We have companies working with the satellite assembly or engineering and building of rock crushers. So they cover quite a broad range of industries, and already now we are able to see the similarities, amazing similarities between those apparently dissimilar industries, and that makes us very certain that the ManuVAR will be applicable across even a larger range of industries.
One of the areas of manufacturing that the ManuVAR platform will benefit is spacecraft assembly. Here you will see a scenario that was tested in Trial 3. After logging into the system, the user chooses an assembly task to complete using the haptic device. He can visualize each of the steps in the Hierarchical Task Analysis (HTA) tool in the virtual environment. This trial allows the user to check the feasibility and correct sequence of actions. The user has the option to modify and validate the assembly procedure. He can then decide if the procedure can be validated and saved for future use, or if it needs modifications.
The main benefit will be the reduction of the problem related to rescheduling due to the discovering of non-conformances or the cost of handling the non-conformances. So it is a chance to do a better design and at the same time a better integration sequence. The main problem that can be resolved with this tool is the difficulties in understanding the integration and the utilization problem that you can face when the design is in the initial phases.
The ManuVAR platform can also be applied to assembly lines and SMEs. In this trial you will see how an operator is guided through his working activities. On one screen there is a picture with directions on how to carry out the activity. On the other screen, arrows indicate which bin the required material is located in. As soon as the operator takes the material from the bin, the system knows if the correct material has been taken. The next instruction is automatically displayed. In the case that the operator takes material from the wrong bin, the system shows the error to the operator. In this way, the operator is corrected immediately if he makes a mistake. This reduces the risk of invalid assembly. You'll notice that the operator wears a sensor suit at the workstation. These sensors capture and register his movements and postures automatically during the performance of the assembly task. The data is then analysed by the workload analysis module, giving valuable feedback to the designer about the ergonomics of the workstation. Immediately after performing the assembly task, The results of the workload analysis are visualized on screen using traffic lights for every body part. Because of the system's modularity, this traffic light system can also be used for workers, utilizing lightweight tracking systems in the working environment to give them feedback about their working postures. This workload analysis module can be used both in a real workstation on the factory floor and during design in the virtual world.
The main problem, we think that is the flexibility that is required for current companies in the EU to provide their clients with a product on time, with a price that comes competitive to the large scale production from Asia and other parts of the world. And we expect that this system can, for especially when you're using more bins, then this system can make it more cheap and more flexible to operate, to navigate the operator to the correct bins. And if you take a step further and look at the ergonomics checks, we can, on the long term, I guess, we can supply some information to the operator to make sure that he has a more economic position in his work.
Another application of the ManuVAR platform is in the remote maintenance of assets, such as trains. Here, an on-site worker at the site of the equipment that requires attention connects via the internet to an equipment expert at their office headquarters. From the office, a 3D model of the equipment, together with useful information for diagnostics, can be shown to the worker through a pair of augmented reality goggles. The 3D model is superimposed on the real video image seen through the goggles, and the expert can guide the worker to perform tasks by signaling specific components, giving instructions, and warning of safety hazards. The audio and visual interaction with their colleagues enables the worker to quickly focus on determining the cause of equipment failure and decide on which corrective maintenance actions to undertake. Additionally, the recorded video, including the 3D model overlay, can later be used for training purposes or to highlight areas for improvement in equipment design and manufacturing, and to suggest ways to increase its maintainability.
The potential of this tool is to reduce the time that is required to resolve a fault, to diagnose what the problem is, and to decide on the corrective actions that have to take place. If we are available to reduce the amount of time that is spent on unplanned maintenance, resolving faults, fixing faults, sending people out, sending material out, then that means that more time can be dedicated to preventive maintenance, which is planned maintenance. And so that makes our maintenance planning a lot more efficient and effective. So more often than not, if somebody is sent out to look at a fault on the train, they may not be the best person to fix that. And so they will always need to communicate with others, whether it be their colleagues in the same company, whether it be an actual system supplier who provide the equipment, whether it's the actual train operator to understand more the symptoms. And through this ManuVAR application and augmented reality, that communication should be greatly improved.
Another type of industry that would benefit from the ManuVAR platform is the maintenance of power plants. Trial 3 tested a set of applications that were configured for a specific program of training in metallographic replica performance. Users tested a 2D application for procedural training, a 3D application for motor skill training, and a simulation application. Service applications for building new lessons and analysing trainees' performance were also tested. In the 3D application for motor skill training, we can see how real-time feedback about force and angle is provided to the user while she can feel the contact with the part through the haptic device. In the polishing simulator, the user can see how the task is progressing through a colour map which is provided as feedback.
The training of the people should be at the real plant on site, and this is not feasible in most of the time because you have to spend 1 or 2 days in the real plant training the people. So if we can train the people in advance in our facilities, it's a good benefit for us to have a virtual tool like this, because it allows us to train the people in our company before going to the plant, to the real plant. The real problem for us is the time. Is the time that during the outage period, which is the period in which the plant is stopped for maintenance tasks, we don't have enough time to perform all the tasks. So we must reduce the time, because at the end it reduces the cost of the money for the plant and for us. So the main problem is to reduce time and to improve the performance of the people doing the replica metallographic.
The ManuVAR platform's tools can be used in different industrial contexts, with the capability to merge into existing product processes. Trial 3 used a task analysis tool and ergonomics tool with the Virtual's virtual reality environment for the design of heavy machinery assembly and maintenance. A worker undertakes an assembly task using a head-mounted display to see the product's virtual prototype, while using posture tracking to operate the virtual hand and tool. A review group, made up of a team of various experts, observes the worker. They are able to see the worker's viewpoint from the virtual device on a large screen. The task analysis tool is used to design the sequence of tasks, document the feedback from the worker and the review group, and validate the tasks. For example, the ergonomics tool is used to evaluate the ergonomic feasibility of a specific task. Virtual engineering tools provide a realistic view of a 3D model for the assembly worker to imagine the real-life functionality of the new design. The virtual environment works as an easy-to-approach interface for the worker. It enables him to express himself and communicate with the review group by using a context that is familiar to his daily work. The review meetings use 3D CAD models as virtual prototypes to identify assembly and maintenance-related problems at as early stage of product life cycle as possible, before the real components are manufactured. If the assembly order needs to be changed, the hierarchical task analysis tool can change the assembly order by using a drag and drop mechanism. The changes will reflect the assembly order that the worker can see.
I think it has potential. The review meeting is a very good idea, and we don't have similar thing at the moment. The people are using computer screen, and there's only 2 or 3 people at the same time doing it, and there isn't enough people from all the parts of the company. So with this review meeting, it's possible to bring the worker and the designer to the same table. The information would go directly to right people, and we would be able to find out the problems before we even build prototypes, which would, I think, bring a lot of savings, because it could be possible to build, for example, only 1 prototype instead of 3.
You have seen how the ManuVAR platform will provide solutions and benefits to a range of industries, making high-value, high-knowledge manual work more effective for workers and managers across Europe. The ManuVAR project will now move on to the demonstration phase. Visit www.manuvar.eu for more information.